Thunderbolts was supposed to be Marvel's comeback moment, but it just flopped hard. Despite glowing reviews, it lost millions. Let that sink in. Marvel put out a good movie and people still didn't show up. So now everyone's asking, what the hell happened to Thunderbolts? Why didn't the whole new Avengers trick work? I mean, they literally started marketing this thing as the new Avengers. We're talking about the most popular brand Marvel has, and even that didn't get butts in seats. Even Disney CEO Bob Iger was hyping the film up when it dropped, saying it was the first example of Marvel's big quality over quantity pivot. So what gives? Is Marvel cooked? Or is this just a bad chapter in a longer story? Some movie insiders, the folks who track this stuff, are definitely worried, especially when you look ahead to Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. But honestly, I think the reasons Thunderbolts tanked are actually pretty clear. It's not just about Marvel, it's about where the movie industry is right now and how audiences are reacting to the content. Because those Doomsday and Secret War delays, they weren't random, they were part of a much bigger strategy. But first, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. There's a ton of Marvel news on the way and you don't want to miss it. Alright, let's start with the numbers. Variety and The Hollywood Reporter are calling Thunderbolts a colossal failure. Why? Because the movie only made about $380 million US, but it needed about $450 million US just to break even. That means Marvel took a hit, a big one. Same deal with Captain America Brave New World. Also lost money. As of today, Thunderbolts is officially Marvel's 5th lowest grossing movie ever, just barely above Black Widow. Only 4 MCU movies have made less: Captain America the First Avenger, The Incredible Hulk, The Marvels, and Black Widow. And remember, that's not adjusting for inflation. So if we did that, Thunderbolts will actually rank lower on that list. So how the hell does a movie that critics and fans love still bomb at the box office? Well, that's where I think a lot of these big sites, Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, are actually missing the point. And honestly, some of you in the comments have a better grip of what's going on here than the insiders do. Especially if you've been watching comic book movies since day one, like the Blade era, the OG X-Men, Fantastic Four, all those pre-MCU flicks. Because if you've seen the rise and fall of superhero franchises before, you probably saw this coming. Here's the deal, the biggest issue with Thunderbolts is that it's too niche. This is not the kind of property that draws in casual fans or families buying 4 tickets to take the kids out. The more niche your title is, the smaller your built-in audience. Marvel needs everyone, casuals, diehards, grandparents, kids, to show up to make something like Infinity War and Endgame numbers, and Thunderbolts just didn't have that kind of pull. You probably remember the A24 parody style trailer they dropped to promote it, trying to sell it as this artsy, quirky, indie style blockbuster. A24 movies are cool and all, but they're usually made on the cheap and earn under $100 million US. Marvel needs billions, and Thunderbolts cost about $180 million US, not including marketing. That's blockbuster money with zero brand awareness. Most people around the world haven't even heard of the Thunderbolts before the trailers hit. And when you try to explain the plot, it gets messy. Who's the villain? Technically it's grief or depression. That's not exactly popcorn movie clarity for the average family of 4. On top of that, the movie dropped at the tail end of a long stretch of underwhelming Marvel releases. Only a few exceptions since Endgame have done really well: No Way Home, Deadpool and Wolverine, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Multiverse of Madness, and Wakanda Forever. That's 5 decent box office performers out of 13 total films post Endgame. That's a terrible batting average. And over time, that track record wears people down. Audiences get burnt out, they stop trusting the hype. It's basically become, call me when it's really good again, or wake me when the real Avengers show up.
Wake me up before you go, don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo.
So yeah, the hype isn't guaranteed anymore. Even Marvel's biggest fans have hit pause. For anyone below Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine, or the main Avengers, people just aren't showing up like they used to. And to get that trust back, Marvel needs years of consistently great movies, like banger after banger, all building momentum again.
Before you were injured, it was banger after banger after banger. But since you've returned, it looks to me like it's been burger after burger after burger.
Which brings us to Spider-Man Brand New Day. You probably heard rumors about Marvel throwing the Hulk into that movie, and it makes total sense. Because Spider-Man and Hulk together, that's printing money. Spider-Man is one of the most recognizable characters in the world. His movies, merchandise, comics, all top tier. Even a below par Spider-Man movie can crack $1 billion US. And if you throw in fan favorites like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or the Sinister Six, it's a license to print even more cash. The same thing with Hulk. He's huge with kids. All over the world, kids love him. Toys, cartoons, you name it. That's why Marvel made Hulk more kid-friendly over time. It's all about getting those family audiences in theaters. Sure, adults want Worldbreaker Hulk, we want rage, we want destruction. But Marvel's thinking long-term. They want kids in seats. Parents feeling safe bringing the whole fam. Which is also why you'll probably never see a rated R Hulk movie. Even though that teaser in Deadpool and Wolverine was amazing. But back to Brand New Day. You drop both Spidey and Hulk into one movie and boom, you're probably crossing the $1 billion mark with ease. You could add anyone else to that movie and it wouldn't even hurt the box office. Now Marvel's also counting on the next big Avengers movies, Doomsday and Secret Wars, to reignite the excitement. And yeah, they did delay them, but that was part of the plan. Give things time to build, let the hype grow again. But if all that doesn't work, Marvel has one last card to play, and it's the oldest trick in Hollywood, the reboot. When your cinematic universe loses steam and even the good movies don't move the needle, you start fresh. That's exactly what James Gunn is doing right now at DC, rebooting from the Snyderverse to a whole new Superman-led franchise. And guess what? Marvel is already planning something similar. Kevin Feige has been quietly setting up a soft reboot through Secret Wars. Not a full wipe like DC, but a reset, where the timeline and characters get retuned for a new era. A few characters might get recast, but most of the big legacy names will stick around, just with streamlined backstories. The goal? Make it easier for new fans to jump in without needing a PhD in the MCU timeline. They want to make Marvel feel like it did during Phase 1, when you could walk into Iron Man without watching 15 other movies first. That's also why the new version of the X-Men will be younger. Think X-Men First Class, only set in the present day. It's a clean slate, a new era, and honestly, it could be exactly what Marvel needs. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take on Thunderbolts, on Marvel's strategy, and where it all goes from here. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.